So tell me a little bit about these disturbing flyers you found, Joe.
So I was doing my hour walk to the river and back this morning, and about 7:20 I was coming down my block of Victoria, the 1500 block, and at the corner I saw my neighbor picking up a bunch of these flyers on his property and on the roadway. I wasn't sure what they were, and as I approached my house, about 4 houses from my house, I found about 12 to 15 of these out on the roadway and on his property, so I've been over to pick them up, being a good neighbor. So anyway, when I picked them up, I took a look at it and I was absolutely flabbergasted, because as soon as I looked at it, I saw this picture and I said, that looks just like Jackson Browne, and I've got tickets to see him tonight. I'm a huge fan of Jackson Browne's. And then I read the print, and it's well, you can see what the print says, and it's pretty inflammatory. It's a death threat against him. It's calling him a faggot lover, a racist traitor, a socialist trash, and they're advocating shoot him between the eyes. So I said, you know, this is a death threat. And so I was astonished that you'd see something like this in Windsor, and sounds like the kind of thing you'd see in the States, the alt-right people and that. So anyway, I went in, let Windsor Police know, and we have a Windsor police officer living in the neighborhood, and so I brought him a copy, knowing he was going into work, so he has it. Then I called the Coliseum security and alerted them, and they had no idea about this, so they're up in arms. And also called CBSA, where I used to work, and let them know we might want to be just a little more vigilant at the border with people crossing from the US going to the Coliseum to see this. Maybe ask a little bit of the kind of questions that were being asked on the US side. So anyway, I'm disgusted. This is not Windsor. This is not what we stand for as Canadians. And whoever did this needs to be caught and needs to be brought before the courts, because this is a death threat. And you just can't distribute this. So after I found these, I did walk up and down the block here, because we have a lot of kids going to the Victoria School down the road, and I wanted to make sure there weren't still some of these hanging around the kids would pick up and bring to school with them. But this is all that we found, so it was pretty well centered at 2 different locations here.
To make you a little nervous going on the show tonight?
Not really. I mean, I'm always more aware of my surroundings. I always look for the fire exits, the nearest escape path, and that's not just because of this, that's just because of the age in which we're living. Whether it's the movie or whether it's a Tiger game or whatever, I'm aware of that.